video, I'm going to show you how I made this purse for my Honey Lemon.
The fabric I chose for the purse is a vinyl upholstery fabric, and I got it in a light beige color, and it kind of has almost a snakeskin texture to it, but not really a snakeskin texture. So right now I am cutting out the pieces for the edges of the purse, and those little crescent shapes represent the two little doors that are on the edges of the purse where the mechanical chemical balls go in and out. And the main body of the purse is just one long rectangular strip of the fabric. Here I am starting on the shoulder strap. So I started with a 4-inch strip of the vinyl, and I sewed in the edges a 1/2 inch on both sides. From there I am folding that strip in half again and just tracing down that first seam, and then sewing a new seam on the other side to make it look even. For the sides of the purse where the holes are, I'm taking a thin light yellow bias tape and stitching that across that circle. As long as the top looks nice and pretty and stitched, don't worry if the underside didn't, just go ahead and add some glue to tack it down. And now I've already hemmed over the straight side of the little door flaps, and I'm just going to super glue these onto the sides of the purse. So go ahead and repeat this process for both doors on both sides of the purse. And now, because I couldn't find a matching yellow piping to match the yellow bias, I just bought extra of the yellow bias tape and a small thin rope, and I'm just inserting the rope into the bias tape, and I'm going to stitch it closed. Now we're going to start piecing the purse together. So you're going to sandwich the piping you just made in between the side piece as well as the large strip of rectangular fabric that you cut for the main body of the purse. And you're pretty much going to sew all those layers together around each of the sides of the purse, from the top to the bottom. But make sure you leave yourself about an inch gap at the top so you can actually open the purse. But make sure you have enough of the long rectangular strip of fabric to make it a flap, because it goes extra over the front where that flap is on the front of the purse. Right here you can see what I mean with that long strip of rectangular fabric, how it folds over and there's excess to create the flap. And on that front flap I am just hot gluing a second piece of vinyl to the inside of it to create a little pouch where I'm going to place my iPad mini to make the light up screen. I made sure my iPad mini fit into this pocket, and I drew the heart shape to fit within the size of my screen. Go ahead and cut out the heart opening in the front of the purse and line it with that yellow bias tape. And you already can see it here, but I finished lining the front flap of the purse with the yellow bias tape as well. Here I am cutting up the plastic insert for one of those poster frames that you can get from Michaels or Aaron Brothers, and I'm cutting it to fit inside of that pocket to protect my iPad. I used hot glue to secure the plastic in place in the pouch and place my iPad back in. For the little energy chemical balls that adorn the strap of her purse, I used styrofoam balls and I primed them with wood glue before I spray painted them. You cannot just spray paint on styrofoam, it will usually eat it up, so make sure you prime it first. I spray painted them 3 different colors, a magenta, a red, and a dark orange, and I'm just using super glue to attach them to the strap of the purse using that order of the magenta, red, and orange, and repeating that throughout the entire strap.
I'm very proud of this bag. I think it looks just like hers. Like, the shape of it is really nice. These could be better. I could do better than just super gluing them on. I was in a time crunch. I need to do something with this because 2 fell off at my last con, and I ain't gonna have none of those cosplay malfunction ever again because they bounce and they roll and I had to chase after them in heels, and it was a disaster. But the super glue works. I've worn this to 2 conventions and only 2 have fallen off ever, so I mean that's pretty good odds, right? My iPad mini fits into the pocket right here. I made a pocket. My iPad fits in there, so if you don't have an iPad mini, like, I don't know, you can use, some of your phones are big enough now to fit in here and make a good screen, okay? I made it this size because that fits the screen that I had. You can use a tablet, I don't know, any other thing you can find that can have a picture on it. Looked so cool. It really made it, tied my whole costume together as having this lit up. It was great. This isn't a separate tutorial. So yeah, that reminds me, if you want to check out how I made any other pieces of this costume, I have, I think, 6 or 7 other tutorials on how I made all the different pieces. They're in a playlist that will be listed in the description below, so please go check them out if you want to find out how I made any other of my props or costume pieces. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you check out that playlist with all of my other pieces in it. I will see you next time. Bye!